everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, I am going to be reviewing 10 eco-friendly switches that I have made. If you guys can remember, I did a video a little while back called 10 Things I Stopped Buying. You guys can check out that video right here, where I did a price comparison of the things that I used to buy compared to the eco-friendly switches that I'm using and buying now. In this video, I'm actually going to be reviewing those items, giving pros and cons, and just talking about the item and how I like it, or if I didn't like it. If you guys are interested in purchasing any of those products, I'm going to leave those links in the description below in order for you to find them easier. First, we are going to talk about my Primo water filter. The purpose of the water cooler is to eliminate the plastic water bottles that I was getting. The pros would be the hot water, the cold water, and it fits in this space in my tiny bathroom, so it's out of the way. I'm saving the earth from plastic. It's not taking up any room in my refrigerator. The cons would be I do have to fill 3 5-gallon plastic bottles every month. Number 2, let's talk about paperless paper towels. This is actually one of my favorite switches because I found paper towels very wasteful. They took up a lot of space in my bathroom storage. Let's do pros and cons. They are teal, so they match my house. We are saving the earth. They take up less space in my bathroom cabinet. They are easily washable. I purchased these and they do have snaps. I do not have snaps on these. They tend to stick well to each other. Cons on this would be basically they just stain. The lighter ones stain and you can't get the stains out. Number 3, we are talking about paperless toilet paper. These are eco-friendly toilet paper rolls that you wipe your urine and your waste on, and all you have to do is basically pre-wash them in burning hot water before you put them in a hot wash soap. That's one of the reasons why I haven't started, is because you have to wash differently. You have to pre-rinse and you have to do all that stuff. I'm not ready to do all of that, so right now I do just use these for urine. I don't want to have to do a load on cold and then a load on hot just for waste toilet paper. I think that would be a waste in itself, using a whole load for that. I love these for urine and they wash well. Paperless products do not take up much room in the laundry. However, I am doing the laundry maybe one more time than I used to, so maybe twice a month instead of once a month. It's just how it has to go. Number 4, I stopped using paper bowls, paper plates, paper cups, and just paper utensils in general. So basically I stopped using all of that stuff, and my solution was just to purchase 1 set of dishes. Basically I did buy 2 sets of dishes just because in case I had 2 sets of guests, so maybe 4 and 4. But when I moved into the tiny house, I thought it would be more convenient to not have to do dishes all the time. If you guys can remember, I did a video on 10 things I constantly do. You guys can check out that video right there, where I do the dishes all the time. I do them all day and I dry them all day and I put them away all day. So I think getting the paper products, the paper dishes, was easy for me to throw them away instead of having to do the dishes all day. But in reality, I live in a tiny house and this is the lifestyle I chose. So number 5, I switched my disposable scrubbies out for washable scrubbies. Pros and cons, as I'm picking out hair, you guys can see that when they're in the laundry, sometimes there's hair attached to them, so watch out for that. Another con would be they stain a little bit. If you get ones with white on them, they're probably going to stain unless you pre-rinse them or soak them or whatever to try to get the stains out. Maybe bleach, I don't know. I don't use bleach. Of the 14 that I purchased, I have only used 6 of those 14. I'm realizing that they start to unravel, so I'm sure these don't last forever, but when they do start to unravel and one gets really bad, I can either put them to the side and use them for, say, pans and greasy stuff, or I can toss them. But the investment of purchasing these in the beginning is better than purchasing those sponges, those 3-pack sponges that you buy month after month after month. That's creating a ton of waste, and these are just so much better. They glide over dishes well. I really like these. Number 6, we are going to talk about dishwashing soap. I replaced Dawn dishwashing soap in the plastic bottle with bar dishwashing soap. These take up less space in my bathroom cabinet as well as on the sink. It's not an ugly bottle, it's like in a little dish. I've got the soap in a dish. I have the pieces in this drawstring bag so that I use all of it, and then a fresh bar that sits right next to it. When this one goes down, I will put it inside here. I use them both actually. It doesn't lather as fast as when a drop of soap is in the water. So I lather up my thing like this. It gets it nice and sudsy and soapy, so it does, you know, form suds. A lot of people think that bar soap doesn't clean because it doesn't form suds. It does. Next in review, we are talking tissues. So I replaced paper tissues with paperless tissues. Again, these are matching my decor with the teal outside. I was wasting tissues just as much as I was wasting paper towels. And when you blow your nose on a paper product and then throw that away, it seems pointless. When the stuff coming out of your nose is usually clear as well, why not wipe it with something like this and then just wash it? You don't need to pre-rinse these unless you get blood on them. Then I would pre-rinse them in cold water before you put them in the wash. These take up little space, so it doesn't take up a full box or anything. I keep some over by my office, I keep some in the bathroom, and I keep some upstairs. And the only con I would say is that little hairs get on them from the dryer and they stain a little bit, so these are another winner in my book. Number 8, we are going to be talking about my switching to beeswax wraps and replacing aluminum foil, saran wrap, and wax paper, as well as plastic baggies. This one is an interesting one because my hoarder mindset bought a whole ton of these thinking I was going to use a ton of them, and in reality I'm using like 5 or 6, and I bought like 25 to 30 of them. Heads up, if you guys are gonna do this switch and doing the same thing as me, you only need about, I would say, 10. I am realizing that even some of the sizes that I got, I don't need. There are so many. There's just so many that I am not using. So these, I might just put in my pre-loved trinkets and treasures group. If you guys want some, you guys can check out that link right there, and I'll put it in the description below where you guys can purchase some of these, and I will ship them to you. Take them off my hands because I do not need them. Now, as far as washing these beeswax wraps, all you want to do is turn on the cold water, use your scrubby, and just wipe off any of the residue. And then you take them and put them in the dish drain so that they can dry, and they dry really fast, so that is a pro. Some of them, depending on the company, I don't know what it is about their wax, but the wax disappears for some reason. Sometimes your beeswax wraps will come with a little extra bar of beeswax that you can melt yourself and re-coat these with, and the wax has disappeared off of 1 or 2 of these, so I still try to use them and still try to just cover them and press it to the bowl. Another con with the really sticky ones is for some reason they gather hair. So there's little hairs, hundreds and hundreds of hairs all around the outside of this, and it's sticking to the actual beeswax wrap, so you can't get the hairs off. I just keep using them because the hairs don't seem like they transfer to the food. There again, not all of them collect the hairs because not all of them are super sticky. If you get lighter ones, they do stain a little bit depending on what food you're covering. So if you have like spaghetti sauce or, you know, something orangey like that, or turmeric spice or cumin powder, like the reds and orangey, they do stain a little bit. You can't put meat or citrus. Citrus I do, so I'll put a cut lemon, but you can't put meat in there because I'm not sure why, but you can't put, like, say, raw meat. Pros would be that you're no longer taking up room in your drawer. All of those long boxes that used to go in your drawer, you have to try to find room for. I switched those out and put all of the beeswax wraps, which can be folded, one little metal basket inside of my drawers. They are easy to wash. They also dry very quickly. They're easy to store stuff in. I've stored lettuce, butter. I cover my bowls. I've put my chopped up herbs. I'll have an avocado and put that in there. Number 9 would be I switched out laundry detergent, fabric softener, as well as dryer sheets with Eco Nuts, which are soap nuts, and dryer balls. And you just put them in a little muslin drawstring bag, 5 or 6 of them, and that is your soap for your laundry. This is saving us room in our storage in my tiny house, as well as saving the earth from plastic, because from 360 loads, I would have to buy 6 big plastic containers filled with that liquid detergent. How awesome is that? Soap nuts. I totally did not know they suds it. Can you believe these bad boys suds? Freaking love these. I love these. The dryer balls are also awesome. I had to wait until my dryer sheets ran out in order to start using these. They say for a small load you want 1 or 2 balls, for a medium load 3 or 4, and for a large load 5 or 6. So I put 4 of these balls in. Then you can buy essential oil from, say, Amazon or Young Living or wherever you want, doTERRA. And then I put 6 to 9 drops of essential oil on every ball, and then I put them in the dryer. I'm loving them so far. I've tried lavender essential oil, I've tried honeysuckle. Number 10, we are going to be talking about my switching over to washable menstrual products instead of paper menstrual products. Let's start with tampons. To replace tampons, I bought a silicone cup that gets put inside you, and when you go to change it, all you have to do is take it out and dump it in the sink, rinse it out, and insert it back in. I actually bought 4 of these, not knowing what size would fit my body. Pros and cons with the cup. When you're in public, I would not recommend it unless you're in a single bathroom by yourself. Sometimes when you insert it, there's a suction in there. It's still folded. So when you insert it, you basically make it look like that, and then it opens up inside you. Sometimes it does not open up inside you, and it will leak out of you, even if you just inserted it. Pros: boxes of tampons do not take up any space in my storage in the bathroom anymore, as all I have is this one little cup that's used over and over and over. Next, I replaced panty liners with washable panty liners. Bought these on Etsy. The only cons with these would be that this material does stain, so if you do use them, I suggest using them either for everyday use or light uses for your period. These pads actually have not a formula. The front of it absorbs the blood, and this stops the blood from going on your underwear. These are actually needed to be pre-rinsed in freezing cold water to get the blood out before you do your washing. One thing you can do to remedy the stains or the accidental stains is actually get ones with a darker cover so that you can't see the blood stains. So next, these are called Thinks, and they are basically period panties. The crotch part has not the same material as this, but a material that doesn't allow the blood to go through. So when you're on your menstrual cycle and you still have the cup in, you could use these panties too. One con would be that you have to do the laundry more, so you are using more water, but you're probably only going to be doing it 1 more time a month, considering you only get your menstrual cycle 1 time a month. I purchased 15 of those pads, and they seem to last the entire cycle with some to spare, so think about that. Or if you're a heavy bleeder, get more. They don't take up much room in the laundry, usually just a stack that I do with the rest of them. I hope this gave you some insight as to what kind of items that I switched to, gave you an idea of how to use them, how I'm liking them, and generally how they would help in tiny house living. So if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click the notifications bell so you can receive a notification every time I post a new video, which is every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I found paper towels very wasteful. They took out a lot. They don't cling as well to the cardboard. I don't know what you call it. Purchase, or sometimes your Beeswax Wraps will come with. Whisper! Stop it! The hold on. So I'm going to leave the links to the, hold on, again, distracted. text coming in while I'm filming. You guys can check out that video right there that I stopped. No, the 10 equal. The recent past.